I'm Fraser Keir, Birkbeck's Academic Registrar, and I'm really delighted to welcome you to Birkbeck's virtual graduation and to take this opportunity to congratulate you on reaching this milestone in your studies. We know it's been an incredibly difficult year for most of you because of the global pandemic. I'm really pleased that you've made it here today to celebrate and to mark your fantastic achievements alongside family, friends, and of course your fellow students. We know that today will be different to our usual in-person graduation ceremonies, but we have worked hard to ensure that it mirrors the spirit of them, and we hope you'll feel it does. We'll also be hosting in-person celebratory events for you so that you can meet your classmates and lecturers once it is safe to do so, and we'll let you know more about these at a later date. Before we start today's event, we have some housekeeping information for you. Please keep your microphone muted until the round of applause after each group's names are announced. We hope you will take part in giving a big round of applause to celebrate our graduate successes at that point. Now, you should be able to change the screen on the device you're watching on today. If you can, we suggest putting your screen in presenter view to view all the videos and live content in full screen. You can select gallery view if you want to see everyone in your virtual room, but this will make the videos appear smaller, and if you're watching on an iPad or iPhone, you may need to scroll to another screen to see everyone in your group. I would like to remind you that today's event has been recorded, is currently being live streamed on YouTube, and the recording will also be made available after the event. We'll start today's event with some messages before moving on to the awards. Thank you very much for taking part, and I hope you will enjoy it.
Welcome to this graduation ceremony, in which above all, we celebrate the achievements of you, our graduates. Those are the words with which I begin my speech at graduation ceremonies under normal circumstances held in person in the Senate House of the University of London. But I think they are even more true today in this strange situation that we find ourselves in. In normal times, Birkbeck students have to juggle their work, their studies with their families, and they come out having done an incredibly good job. But how much more so does that apply to you, our graduates today? You have had to cope with all the other pressures of the pandemic and the lockdown. Maybe it was difficult for you to work at home while having to homeschool your children, or having difficulties at work, or having to compete with your partner for the laptop, or poor internet signal, and so on. But yet, you have achieved something. You have graduated under these incredibly difficult circumstances, and today is about saluting your achievements. Equally, we should salute the staff of Birkbeck, both academic and administrative, who have worked incredibly hard to make sure that you have been able to continue and complete your studies. This time last year, we had to put everything very quickly online. Over the summer, our academic staff worked extremely hard to make sure that the very best online experience was available for the new academic year. And we have seen responses from students highly positive, highly satisfied with what we have provided. Record enrollments for students at the beginning of the 2020-21 academic year, and huge numbers of applications for the 21-22 academic year. Clearly, people are thinking about what they will do after the pandemic. Will they want to change jobs? Will they want to develop themselves in the career that they had in new ways? Or simply have they had the time to think about a subject which they've always wanted to study? Birkbeck is here to provide all that. But it's also important for us to lobby government and tell them how important our work is. We do have a government now which is interested in lifelong learning. It has pledged to introduce for the very first time a lifelong learning allowance in 2025 to allow people to continue their studies. But we need to urge them to do more now. With Brexit and the coming out of the pandemic, People need support now, perhaps to study for short courses. People who need to return to study and perhaps already have a degree, but need to do another qualification. And if they do another degree, are not eligible for student support. So we need your help to tell people how important Birkbeck has been to you. We are launching the Our Birkbeck campaign, in which we want people to tell us how they benefit from Birkbeck. What are they doing in their jobs and their communities to help society, so that we can build a picture of the influence that Birkbeck has upon people's lives and upon our community, both in the UK and overseas. And equally, we appeal to the relatives, the friends, the partners who I know are watching this on YouTube. We say thank you for helping out. Perhaps you had to look after the kids while your graduate worked, or perhaps you had to give up the laptop so that they could log on to an online lecture. So we say thank you to you. We ask you to also use your influence to support Birkbeck. But most importantly, I say to you, Birkbeck is for everyone. You too can come and study at Birkbeck, seize the kitchen table and the laptop and study at Birkbeck. Hopefully, I will be able to congratulate you in person when you graduate, and I hope that you will consider seriously doing that. But today, of course, is about celebrating the achievements of you, our graduates. You have joined the 198-year roll of Birkbeck graduates, 65,000 alumni who associate themselves with us and continue to receive information from us. So become part of that, and become part of, as you have done, the 198-year history of Birkbeck. A few years ago, when I went to a meeting of business leaders, I was introduced as then the master of Birkbeck, and one of them said to me, when I see Birkbeck on a CV of a job applicant, I put it to the top of my pile. And because those people, your students, have the commitment that I want in my business. How much more true is this of you, the graduating class of 2021? When we look back on the history of Birkbeck in the future, people will say, this was a special graduating class. They did something which others have not had to do. They graduated under extreme difficulty, and they made the effort to do that. And that can only be beneficial to you as you move forward in your future careers. Today, on behalf of Birkbeck and of myself personally, I want to salute your achievements and congratulate you on graduating. Thank you very much.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm Lisa McEntee-Italianis. I'm Head of Department for Applied Linguistics and Communication. And on behalf of everybody here today and those who couldn't be here, we'd like to congratulate you on your great award, particularly given the fact that this year has been so difficult for you. Usually at this time, we announce the winners of our Michel Blanc Award, which is the best MA dissertation. And this year, we're pleased to announce there are two winners, Ian Donachi and Azuzina Guterres. So congratulations to you both for your awards. And as always, we would love you to stay in touch with us to either continue to study with us or come back to our lectures and seminar series, and do stay in touch. So on behalf of us all, many congratulations and good luck for the future.
Woo! Hello, I am Jean-Marc Duarle from Applied Linguistics, and I would like to take my hat off for your performance. Well done, and I wish you well in your further career.
Yay! Well done, everyone.
Hello, everyone. We, the Department of Politics, have decided to put together a short congratulations message to all of you, our brilliant students, who somehow, despite the odds, have made it through to the point of graduation. And so this message is a message from us to say enormous congratulations to you for persevering through a really difficult end of degree process. We all know what that entailed, and for coming out the other side with your degree certificates. It is no small success in any normal year. It's an even greater success that we see you achieving this today. We're really sad that we can't be with you in Senate House, with you floating around in your gowns and us raising a glass to you. But in lieu of that, here I'd like to present my colleagues from the Department of Politics. Here we go.
Yes, I'd like to also congratulate all of you for your achievement. It is no mean feat to complete a degree at the best of times, and notably in the circumstances many of the people do so at Birkbeck, part-time, mature learners and so forth. But obviously under the current circumstances, it's an even greater accomplishment. Thanks for bearing with us in this transition. We know that the end of last year has been tricky and has involved also a lot of work on your side. So once again, congratulations and good luck with the future.
Hi everyone, my name is Melissa Butcher. I'm head of the Department of Geography, and on behalf of everybody in the department, I'd like to congratulate you on your graduation today. You've done a brilliant job getting here. Last year, as we know, has been particularly difficult, and the fact that you've continued your studies and got there in the end is really just a testament to your abilities, to your perseverance, and to your love of learning, which we really appreciate in the department. We hope that you're really proud of what you've achieved. We're certainly really proud of you. And we've enjoyed working with you all over the years, whether it's 1 year or 2 years as our postgraduate students or 3 or 4 years for our undergraduate students. We hope you found the course challenging, stimulating, and we've also learned a lot from you over those years as well. So we wish you all the best for your future endeavours, and we really, really look forward to meeting you again face-to-face one day really soon. So once again, congratulations.
Well done.
Hi, I'm Christopher Ostrovich and I'm the head of philosophy here at Birkbeck. And I just wanted to say to all of our graduates to extend my congratulations on behalf of myself and the entire department. And to say that while, of course, we're very sad that we can't celebrate together, we're all very happy for you. And of course, graduating under normal circumstances is a significant achievement, and even more so under these extraordinary circumstances that you've all been working. And I do hope that you and all of your loved ones are keeping safe and well, and I'm sure they're all just as proud of you as we are. Now, you've worked really hard, and I hope that you're now able to take some time to savor this significant achievement of yours. So many congratulations from all of us. We all wish you the very best, and please do keep in touch with us all here in the philosophy department, and we look forward to hearing everything about your next adventures.
Vice-Chancellor, President and distinguished guests, I present the following graduates from the School of Social Sciences, History and Philosophy. The Postgraduate Certificate in Higher Education, Lindsay Fox and Janet Amondi. The PhD in Humanities and Cultural Studies, with a thesis entitled California and the Emergence of Lifestyle, Self-Help, Tourism and Los Angeles, 1880 to 1915, Christopher Gonzalez Crane. The PhD in Applied Linguistics, with a thesis entitled Multilinguals, Language Choices and Perceptions in the UK in the Light of the Brexit Referendum, Heba Arafa. The MA in Applied Linguistics and Communication, Simon Chicken, Lydia Kirillova and Cheva Petrov, Azucena Garcia Gutierrez, Georgia Katsifaraki, Sabina Sharifova, Yoshabel Shungu. The PhD in Applied Linguistics and Communication, with a thesis entitled Narratives of Infertile Muslim Women, the Construction of Personal and Social Cultural Identities in Weblogs, Fatima Awahaki. The PhD in Applied Linguistics and Communication, with a thesis entitled The Influence of L2 on L1, Metapragmatic Judgments of L1 Non-Verbal Greetings by Saudi L2 Speakers of English, a Mixed Method Study, Hessa Al-Sharani. The Certificate of Higher Education Introductory Studies, Joseph Ajere, Emily Palmer, and Hin Saud. The Postgraduate Certificate in Intercultural Communication, Yasmin Hanspol, Milka Kaneva. The MA in Intercultural Communication for Business and Professions, Aurora Gomez Jimenez, Jue Zhuan, Yingzhui Li, Francesco Santoruvo. And can I ask you now to unmute your microphones and join with me in congratulating your colleagues on their splendid achievements with everybody watching.
Congratulations to everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations. Thank you.
The MA in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, Marcia Regina Barbiero, Dilshodjon Dadaboev, Elena Nikolai, Jessica Truong, Zainab Yunesh. The MSc in Children, Youth and International Development, Shernette Edwards-Rowe, Elizabeth Itumu, Zanel Jokazi, Michelle Kamya, Zara Kazmani, Aisha Khan, Rory Murray, Sonia Sikunto, Mina Suganda, Poppy Tomlinson, and Soraya Zahid. The Postgraduate Certificate in Climate Change, Chiara Tarda-Ferron. The MSc in Climate Change, Nora Alto, Gary Bird, Elliot Fowler, and Malcolm Powers. Can I ask you all to now unmute your microphones and please join with me and everybody watching in a round of applause. The BSc in Community Development and Public Policy, Philippe Omizian. The BSc in Development and Globalization, Francisca Asalu, Mariam Al-Mahadi, Mazuzuz Juma, Mungoza Kamanda, Sophia Moreau. The Certificate of Higher Education and Development Studies, Fa'autu Talapusi. The Postgraduate Diploma in Environment and Sustainability, Gauri Prithviraj. The MSc in Environment and Sustainability, Natalia Akhmirova, Ashley Bladen, Thomas Bircher, Peter Bond, Alice Leonard, and Clarissa Tynan. The BSc in Environmental Management, Haris Yarusevicius. The MSc in Geographical Information Science, Catherine Lander and Claire Price. The BSc in Geography, Shewa Koran. The Postgraduate Diploma in Geography, Ahmed Ige Jibril. The MSc in Geography, Anna Novakovic, Soraya Orala Lopez. The PhD in Geography, with a thesis entitled Growing Up in Times of Crisis, Negotiating Economic Constraints and Opportunities in Transnational Families, Michael Boampong. And the BA in Human Geography, Ngozi Chukwuka Menkiti Udom. And can I ask you all now to please unmute your microphones and join with me and everybody watching in a round of applause. Congratulations.
Well done, guys.
The MSc in International Development, Christine Due Anderson, Sophia Barrett Malangeni, Florence Colonet, and Zumana Gubane, Emma Hall, Aoife Kelly, Joseph Manna, Ewan McCarthy, Lewis Smith, and Alexandra Stankova. The MSc in International Development and Social Anthropology, Amika Forbes Hastings Brown, Lorenzo Raffio. The Certificate in Higher Education in Social Sciences, Robin Ben, Safa El Sayeg. The BSc in Social Sciences, Nancy Badu, Mary Earl Ocran, Faye Fruin, Monica Girotkova, Derek Mowat, and the PhD in Sociology, the thesis entitled Social Mixing in the London East Village, Exclusion, Habitus and Belonging in a Post-Olympics Neighbourhood, Piero Corccio. Can I ask you all now to please unmute your microphones and join with me and everybody watching in a round of applause. Congratulations to you all.
Congratulations, guys.
The MA in Philosophy, Michael Burkhoff, Venetia Budgeon, Christina Condron, Matthew Davies, Dana Doucette, Anton Garmoza, Rita Gironde, Raymond Groom, Yifan Li, Jack Lurie, Sachith Mendes, Barbara Roach, Visa Shabi, and Emily Taylor. The MSc in European Politics and Policy, Nathan Umbalu wa Mayunga. The MSc in Global Environmental Politics and Policy, Eamon Au, Andrew Brain, Alexandra Rukavish-Nikova, Jeremy Sands, Stephanie van Giedenhoven. And the MSc in Global Governance and Emerging Powers, Marta Kostinska and Robert Hope. And can I ask you all please to unmute your microphones and join with me and everybody watching in a round of applause. Congratulations to you all.
Cheers.
The MSc in Global Politics, Michael Arth, Jihad Al-Khalifi, Sharon Feldberg, Anna Lamont, Ioannis Levisanos Lampropoulos, Joshua Nevet, Georges Rouillon. The MSc in Government Policy and Politics, Jasmine Martins and John Wilson. The MSc in International Security and Global Governance, Gulaid Abdi, Jordan Bruce, Jenny Campbell B. Rust, Len Deriba, Kate Edmonds, Abigail Jackson Halston, Khadija Latta, Ibrahim Mehmet, Julia Palmieri, Kurosh Sehati, Polly Simmons, and Lin Hyo-un Steensrud. The MSc in Middle East in Global Politics, Islam, Conflict and Development, Mary Smith. The MSc in Nationalism and Ethnic Conflict, Wei Tong. And the MRes in Politics, Connor Kelly. And can I ask you all to please unmute your microphones now and join with me and everybody watching in a round of applause. Congratulations to you all. The Postgraduate Certificate in Politics of Population, Migration and Ecology, Bolagade Ahmed Adejoja. The MSc in the Politics of Population, Migration and Ecology, Benjamin Effinger. The BA in Politics, Philosophy and History, Rasul Akule. The MSc in Public Policy and Management, Louisa Ackerman, Mohammed Hassan, Kirsty Knight, Olivia Lennon, Timothy Moldu, Oscar Nolan, James Sherratt. The MRes in Public Policy and Management, Lucas Bataro. The Postgraduate Diploma in Social Research, Chantal Prempadabare. The MSc in Social Research, Sukhjit Bath, Alessandra Bottolotti, Sally Bramall, Laurie Oliver, and Josephine Warner. The MSc in War and Humanitarianism, Carl Hector. The MRes in Social Research and Law and Legal Studies, Jack Botel, Natalia Michaelchenko and Patrick Regan, and the MRes in Social Research and Linguistics, Darina Rauer. And can I ask you all please to unmute your microphones and please join with me and everybody watching in a round of applause. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations. The MSc in International Security and Global Governance, Chaima Mohammed. The BSc in Social Sciences, Ellen Chidavar-Rume. The MA in Philosophy, Teresa Satterthwaite. The Postgraduate Diploma in Environmental Sustainability, Jonathan Mears. The BSc in Environmental Management, Jonathan Tucker. The MA in Politics, Certificate of Higher Education, Mohammed Omar. Postgraduate Certificate in Intercultural Communication, Maria Koromila. The MSc in Global Politics, Saigin Debes. The BA in Human Geography, Xiaoling Huang. The MA in Philosophy, Stanislav Goblukov. William Hartley. The Certificate in Higher Education in Higher Introductory Studies, Darby Tuit Yamana. And the MSc in International Security and Global Governance, Saifaldin Al-Daraji. Can I ask you now all of you to please unmute your microphones and please join with me and everybody watching in a round of applause. Congratulations to you all.
Well done.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to wrap up.
Thank you very much indeed for attending this virtual graduation. On behalf of the school and all of our staff, may I congratulate all of you on your wonderful achievements, and I wish you the very best for the future. This concludes the presentation of graduates from the School of Social Sciences, History and Philosophy, and I'll now hand you over to my colleagues.
President, Vice-Chancellor, graduates and graduands, guests and colleagues. In these times of COVID-19, when social distancing has forced us to move the most significant date in the academic calendar, graduation, online, it is perhaps worth reflecting on some of the other crises that the college has faced during its long history of nearly 200 years. As you already know, Birkbeck was established as the London Mechanics Institution in 1823. It's impossible, I think, to exaggerate just how revolutionary the initiative was. At that time, 1/3 of all men and 1/2 of all women were unable to read or write. But more importantly, British elites were passionately hostile to educating working people. After all, the country was in political turmoil, and it was feared that educating the lower orders would destroy society. In particular, there was moral anxiety. 1825, Minister E.W. Grinfield fumed about the risks of educating working men. He argued that it would be far better that the common people of this country should remain totally illiterate than they should be thus furnished with tools by which they would inevitably work out their own and the public ruin. Educating women was also risky. The London Mechanics Institution was unique because as early as 1830, it allowed women to attend classes. This means that Birkbeck provided higher education for women long before other institutions in the UK. After all, women's colleges such as Queen's College in Harley Street was not founded until 1848, and Bedford College the following year. Now, admittedly, the institution's committee continued for at least 3 decades to debate the propriety of admitting females attending lectures through the front entrance. Nevertheless, allowing women to attend classes was extremely progressive. And that was what was considered dangerous. As one critic complained, mightn't this lead to social intercourse with the other sex, which cannot be beneficial to morality? So, from its foundation, the London Mechanics Institution, Birkbeck, was unique. Crucially, the leaders of the college from 1823 to the present shared one central belief. Birkbeck is about its people, their thoughts and ambitions, hopes and dreams, labours and laughter, hubris and failures. In sum, as we near the bicentenary of our founding, this is the time to celebrate the capacity of a Birkbeck education to help us become fully human and self-fulfilled by learning to use all our faculties: knowledge, imagination, sympathy. Perhaps it is time to resurrect what used to be Birkbeck's anthem. Vita Cabdima was composed in 1913 and is largely forgotten today. But at the centenary of the college in 1923, it was sung vigorously. The chorus went like this: at the hub of all the world, London surging round us, keep we Birkbeck's flag unfurled, nothing shall confound us. I can think of no better chorus for us today in the midst of epidemic. Today, like those times, we will not only survive, but flourish. You are now our alumni, and we are incredibly proud of you.
Hello, everyone. It's a great pleasure to reach out to you like this on such an important occasion, your graduation. My very best congratulations to all of you on this very special day. Congratulations on having stuck it out, having completed your course and earned your degree. Well done to each one of you. Now, the pandemic, of course, is dominating our lives and continues to do so, and probably will do for some time to come yet. But not all of it has been doom and gloom. I've found time to read, and I've rather enjoyed reading poetry. There's a poem by Robert Frost you probably know, and I've read it again. It's called The Road Not Taken, and it begins, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and it goes on to tell how he couldn't decide which of two beautiful roads to take, and he regretted that he could only choose one of them. It ends, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Well, I think that thought seems particularly appropriate at the moment, and in many ways, and for you too. The country has to decide which way to go about lockdown, about vaccines, about opening shops and restaurants, about letting us have holidays. And each of us now faces choices of our own, diverging roads in our lives. You are now facing such choices with the added excitement of having achieved something momentous in your life, your Birkbeck degree. The times could not be more auspicious for making such choices. That's your good fortune. Do you continue to work from home? Do you change jobs? Do you move to the country, away from city life, as many are now trying to do? Apparently, inquiries for buying homes in Cornwall has never been this high. Or do you attend to the more practical, important things of life? Do you consider what your future life will be like? What scope does your new qualification give you to make many of these choices? Might you change track, take up further study? I know, you could even become an artist. My programme, Portrait Artist of the Week, which ran on Sky Television right through the lockdown, had some 2,000 artists who came online to take part, a little like Grayson Perry, but perhaps a little bit more serious. And they were artists who worked at home all the time. That was their way of earning a living. They didn't earn very much. They worked in a shed and they were totally happy with what they're doing. So Other Lives do cast an idea for us on what might be possible. Now, I'm not suggesting you rush off and become artists, but what I'm saying is life has many different roads to take. Will you plan how you could live on less money? Will the employment you have be shifting, and with it your own options? There's never been a time more dense with options, with divergence in the road. And you are now faced with them to an extraordinary degree. There's something appropriate about that word, degree. So now, the whole crisis may, of course, have thrown you into despair. I myself had a couple of really heavy bouts of depression, prompted by the thought that this pandemic had stolen a year of my life. Well, depressions do pass if you're fortunate. And I'm now resuming the life I thought I knew, only to find that many things have already changed without my knowing it. The traffic routes through London, for example, are all different to what I knew before. So are the ways that people shop and the ways people eat. And that will be true of your life too. Whatever the future holds, this is the time for you to have a say in it, not just choosing for your personal life which route to take, but in your life as a citizen too. The future of education will be changing, and the way Birkbeck works will probably change with it. I think the way Birkbeck works will become more popular and more suitable for many people's ways of life. So spread the message, won't you? Tell them how you've enjoyed studying and what success you've had. Tell people around you about Birkbeck and how it tries to accommodate people's working lives so it can add value to them. Knowledge makes life richer, and yours has now become richer too. Congratulations, everyone.
Welcome to the Birkbeck alumni community.
You might be in the UK or much further afield.
It might be morning, afternoon or evening.
Wherever you are right now, we as fellow members of the Birkbeck alumni community want to send our congratulations to you for what you've achieved.
Completing a course at Birkbeck in normal circumstances is by no means an easy endeavour.
So what you have accomplished is really something truly special.
Today you are graduating, and you should take a moment to reflect what a huge accomplishment this is.
Completing your studies does not mean the end of your Birkbeck journey.
You are joining a community of over 60,000 alumni in over 140 different countries.
So no matter where you are in the world,
you won't be far from a fellow Birkbeck graduate.
There are lots of exciting events, activities, and opportunities for you to stay connected with Birkbeck.
Visit bbk.ac.uk/alumni
to find out more and update your contact details.
We are proud to share this day with you.
Have a wonderful time celebrating.
Congratulations.
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 Congratulations.